This happens when pirates attack wrong U.S. Navy ship. The U.S. Navy, armed to the teeth and equipped with state-of-the-art technology, becomes the formidable opponent in this high-stakes showdown. It's a clash of eras, a contest between the traditional image of pirates and the cutting-edge naval forces that defend against them. The evolving forces of the sea meet head-on with the strategic might of naval warfare, promising a narrative that goes beyond the clichés of pirate lore. In April 2010, the USS Nicholas, FFG 47, found itself thrust into a high-stakes confrontation with Somali pirates in the expansive waters of the Indian Ocean. This pivotal incident served as more than just a maritime face-off. It became a poignant reminder of the persistent challenges faced by the U.S. Navy in its unyielding quest to combat piracy on the high seas. The pirates, attempting to slip through the Navy's grasp, were met with a display of remarkable seamanship as the frigate USS Nicholas executed a precise and efficient interception of the pirate vessel. The ensuing engagement not only led to the apprehension of several pirates, but also laid bare the lack of sophistication among these maritime outlaws, underscoring the stark contrast between their audacious actions and the disciplined response of the U.S. Navy. Expanding on this, April 2009 witnessed another riveting episode when the USS Bainbridge played a pivotal role in the dramatic rescue of the MV Maersk, Alabama. The U.S.-flagged container ship had fallen prey to Somali pirates, initiating a tense and high-stakes standoff in the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. Operation Neptune Spear, as it would come to be known, emerged as a shining example of the U.S. Navy's unparalleled skill and precision in countering piracy threats, particularly in hostage rescue scenarios. The success of this operation not only underscored the Navy's unwavering commitment to maritime security, but also showcased its remarkable capability to navigate through complex and dynamic situations with steadfast resolve. These historical incidents stand as a testament to the U.S. Navy's adaptability and prowess in the face of evolving threats on the high seas. As piracy tactics undergo continuous evolution, so does the Navy's response, reflecting a resolute commitment to maintaining maritime stability and safeguarding the global commons. The narratives woven through these encounters echo the broader story of the U.S. Navy, portraying its role as an unwavering guardian of international waters, unflinchingly confronting the audacity of modern-day pirates. To get the lowdown on how piracy kicked off in Somalia, let's rewind to the wild 90s. Picture this: Somalia, perched in the Horn of Africa, was knee-deep in conflicts, poverty, and an absolute lack of law and order. With no powerhouse government to keep things in check, armed groups jostled for control, creating a breeding ground for chaos. Taking advantage of the pandemonium, foreign boats rolled in, playing dirty by swiping fish and dumping waste in Somali waters. Feeling the heat of this threat, local fishermen switched gears, morphing into what we now call modern-day pirates, all to shield their waters and keep their livelihoods afloat. In response to the growing menace of piracy, the U.S. Navy emerged as a symbol of naval supremacy, armed with cutting-edge technology and a mission to protect global maritime interests. The fight against piracy became a high-stakes game, with pirates navigating treacherous waters and the U.S. Navy deploying its sophisticated arsenal and strategic prowess. One crucial aspect of the U.S. Navy's strategy is the use of non-lethal deterrence. Long-range acoustic devices, LRADs, powerful water cannons, stun grenades, electric secure fences, laser devices, and dazzle guns are among the non-lethal tools employed to dissuade pirates from engaging in acts of violence. These technologies serve as a testament to the Navy's commitment to safeguarding the well-being of those traversing the high seas. Delving into the prowess of U.S. Navy ships reveals a formidable force that pirates, despite their audacity, may find challenging to confront. The Zumwalt-class destroyers, engineered for diverse missions, showcase innovation and naval capabilities. The Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers, equipped with the Aegis combat system, possess the ability to track and destroy threats swiftly and effectively. Despite the overwhelming capabilities of the U.S. Navy, instances of pirate attacks persist. This raises questions about why pirates continue to challenge such formidable vessels and whether non-lethal weapons are the most effective means of deterrence. Recognizing the widespread threat of piracy on a global scale, crucial players like the International Maritime Bureau, IMB, and the United Nations have stepped up to the plate. The IMB takes on the vital role of actively keeping tabs on and meticulously documenting piracy incidents worldwide. This treasure trove of data serves as a game changer, providing essential information to governments and relevant authorities, allowing them to make informed decisions in the ongoing battle against piracy. Enter the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, a heavyweight in the legal arena combating piracy. This document lays down the law, offering a comprehensive framework that guides the approach to addressing piracy. UNCLOS emphasizes the need for international teamwork in apprehending and prosecuting pirates. In simple terms, it ensures that pirates face the music for their actions, regardless of their nationality or where they carry out their criminal activities. In the dynamic landscape of anti-piracy efforts, the Combined Task Force 150, CTF 150, emerges as a shining example of countries teaming up. Operating under the Combined Maritime Forces, CTF 150 is a naval task force with a laser focus on beefing up maritime security and stability. Their playbook involves actively running patrols, surveillance, and interdiction operations in specific areas, making a significant contribution to the joint effort against piracy. By fostering collaboration between nations, CTF 150 showcases the strength of a united front in the ongoing fight against maritime threats. This coordinated and collaborative approach, coupled with international legal frameworks, underscores the global commitment to weeping out piracy and ensuring the safety of maritime trade routes. As these organizations continue their critical work, the multifaceted fight against piracy gains momentum, underscoring the importance of shared responsibility and unified action on a global scale. In conclusion, the battle against piracy is an ongoing and collaborative endeavor, with the U.S. Navy playing a pivotal role. Through its commitment to safeguarding global trade and ensuring the well-being of seafarers, the U.S. Navy faces complex challenges posed by modern pirates. As the fight against piracy continues, the use of non-lethal deterrence remains a crucial aspect of the Navy's strategy. The collaboration between organizations and nations further strengthens the united front against this maritime menace. In your opinion, how can international collaboration be enhanced to combat piracy effectively? And what are your thoughts on the use of non-lethal weapons in this context? Share your insights in the comments below. And let's continue the conversation on navigating the high seas in the 21st century. Please don't forget to subscribe and like our channel for more exciting Navy news.
The United States Air Force is famous for its power and advanced technologies. This stands as a symbol of the American military strength. The U.S. Air Force has a fleet of powerful helicopters that serve as an essential component for military services. Do you know about the powerful and high-speed billion-dollar helicopters that the U.S. Air Force has? In this video, we will explore the powerful helicopters that the U.S. Air Force has. Before getting started, show us some love by smashing the like button and subscribing if you haven't already. If you are as curious as me, let us dive in, guys. The United States Air Force is one of the major components of the United States Armed Forces. The U.S. Air Force has many powerful fighter jets and helicopters, but many of them started to age, so they need to create more helicopters and fighters that have more power and are more efficient than others. In this video, we will discuss the most powerful helicopters that the U.S. Air Force has. The Army is planning to make more efficient helicopters where the production cost is lesser and increase the safety options in them. They need helicopters that have modern technologies. Since new technologies are introduced, this will help in making the more efficient helicopters for the U.S. Air Force. First, we have the MH-6 Little Bird. These are light utility helicopters that are used for military observation of a region to locate an enemy or for special operations by the U.S. Air Force. The MH-6 helicopters have been in service since the 1960s. This is the oldest helicopter in the Army inventory. They introduced a new program known as the FLRAA. The goal of the FLRAA program is to develop a new class of helicopters that are more powerful, have high speed, and are more sustainable. Because of this program, it has awarded more contracts to develop prototypes. These are being tested and evaluated by the Army. The Sikorsky X-2 technology is a technology that was developed by the Sikorsky aircraft. This technology aims to improve the capacity and power of the helicopters, to improve the speed, and to move the helicopters in different positions easily. They have a counter-rotating coaxial. Because of the introduction of this technology, helicopters can eliminate the need for a tail rotor. It also has an integrated power system, where the power transmission will be from the engines to the rotors, which helps in improving the efficiency and reducing the fuel consumption rate. The main goal of the X-2 technology was to double the speed of the helicopters by increasing their efficiency and maneuverability. The Sikorsky S-97 Raider is a high-speed helicopter that was developed by Sikorsky Aircraft for the U.S. Air Force. They were developed for the Army's future vertical lift programs. They have a unique rotor system. They have an amazing blade concept. This helicopter has two coaxial rotors that will be rotating in opposite directions. This technology or feature eliminates the helicopter's need for a tail rotor, reduces drag, and improves the speed. This will make the Raider suitable for low altitudes and will make it easier to fly in small areas. In some cases, the operations will be in confined areas. This technology will allow the Raider to fly in those confined areas without any difficulties. To demonstrate the powers and capacities of the Sikorsky S-97, Raider, and Sikorsky Boeing Defiant helicopters, a series of events were held in 2020. In these demonstrations, the two helicopters were made to fly together to understand the powers and capabilities and allow the viewers to differentiate them. They also provided many valuable data regarding the Raider and Defiant helicopters. These data included their speed, maneuverability, and range. They showcase the progress in developing the next generation helicopters. The Sikorsky Boeing SB-1 Defiant was developed by the Sikorsky Aircraft. This was the first Boeing to make an entry in the Army's future vertical lift program. This happened in 2013 when Sikorsky and Boeing came together and teamed up to develop a joint entry for the FVL, Future Vertical Lifts program. The design of the helicopters will be made by the Sikorsky, and they will be responsible for that. The propulsion system will be developed and maintained by Boeing. The main aim of this program was to develop two types of helicopters. They are the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft and the Future Long-Range Assault Aircraft. As a result of this, they developed and introduced the SB-1 Defiant. This is a compound helicopter with a coaxial rotor configuration and a pusher propeller. This was not like the other helicopters that existed. This line had a unique design. In this also, the coaxial rotor configuration eliminates the need for a tail rotor. It reduced the drag and increased the speed with maneuverability. The Sikorsky Boeing SB-1 Defiant, which is a compound helicopter, went into rigorous testing to evaluate its power and capacity. This was designed for the United States Army's Future Long-Range Assault Aircraft program. The speed of this aircraft was over 247 knots. This made it one of the fastest helicopters in the world. Yes, guys, this is mind-blowing. It demonstrated a range of over 300 miles. They have the power to carry loads of over 4,000 pounds. This can perform low-level flights between 50 feet and 100 feet above the ground level. This makes the military operations more successful. This will also prevent the Army not to being identified by the enemy radars while flying. The enemy will find it hard to find or detect this helicopter, so that the survivability of this helicopter is also increased. The enemy will face more difficulty in identifying these helicopters if they are flying in hills and valleys. They can even land in narrow landing zones and confined areas. This is very important for the military operations. In one test, the helicopter performed a near vertical drop from 2 to 36 knots to a confined landing zone. This was done while maintaining a level body position. This proved the stability of the helicopter despite the difficult landing conditions. The coaxial rotor configuration and the pusher propeller provide the helicopter with additional thrust and enhance the speed and range. This helicopter is not made in a single experiment. The planning and the testing span over 8 decades. This is indeed a success in the aviation industry. In the industry of making helicopters, the famous company is the Bell Helicopters. The experiment started in 1935 in a small shed, but now it has developed many new technologies and contributed to making a wide range of innovative helicopters. They designed 2 helicopters for the U.S. Air Force vertical lift program. They are the Bell 429 and the Bell V-28 Valor. The Bell 429 is a versatile light twin helicopter. On the other hand, the Bell V-28 Valor is a tilt-rotor aircraft. The Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey is a tilt-rotor aircraft that combines the vertical takeoff hover and the vertical landing qualities of a helicopter. These combinations made this helicopter famous and suitable for various military operations and also for civilian applications. Since this has a tilt-rotor design, helps the helicopter to take off and land vertically, hover, and fly forward. In 2022, the Army selected the V-280 Valor as the winner of the Future Long-Range Assault Aircraft Program. The Army is now planning to buy 300 V-280 Valors to replace the existing Black Hawk helicopters. The initial testing of this helicopter will check on the stability, controllability, and response to pilot inputs. The efficiency of this helicopter will be compared with the existing and competing aircraft. This will evaluate both their strength and weaknesses. Since modern technologies are introduced, the military also needs weapons and equipment that are up to date. Replacing the existing helicopters in the Army with more powerful helicopters will help the Army to do the military operation more efficiently.